Hello. Whoops. Welcome to the week of April. What is this? 27? Yes. Okay, a bunch of cards came out. I'm using the Celebrity Goddess Tarot deck by Faye Orlove this month. And I got the Two of Wands in reverse. Will Smith's kids and Jada Pinkett Smith. Willow and Jaden. Nine of Swords. I kind of want to, in reverse, I kind of want to say it's Taylor Swift. No, it's Lindsay Lohan. Okay, weird. Queen of Cups. Is that Chrissy Teigen? Yes. And Nine of Wands. Let's see who this is. This is Jodie Foster. Oh, cool. Alright. Well, we got these two nines. And we got the Two of Wands in reverse and the Queen of Cups. Okay. Well, I think starting here, Nine of Swords in reverse, Lindsay Lohan, a good card for, a good symbol of the Nine of Swords, Lindsay Lohan, and Jodie Foster, Nine of Wands. Well, Jodie Foster, interestingly enough, for Nine of Wands is kind of like a card of having some more to go, like you've done so much, but like you're not at the end, like there's another push you need to make. And Nine of Swords in reverse is obviously about like anxiety and like kind of, you know, your worst nightmares. Like even if it's all in your head, it's still like you're still like having a panic attack because like you're like Lindsay Lohan, like, oh my god, what did I do with my life? I like ruined it completely. But all right, so like slowing down even more. We're not Lindsay Lohan, so there's that blessing, right? But also Lindsay Lohan, it's like I have some, I mean, I know she's who she is, but like I have some compassion for child actors in general because I feel like being a child actor is ultimately a very traumatic thing to happen to you, even if you don't realize it at the time. It's basically childhood trauma. And it's like of course a lot of child actors grow up to be like Lindsay Lohan because they were basically abused on some level as kids. Even if their abuse was privileged and like cushy in some ways, it was still, you know, other people using them and controlling them and putting them in situations that they weren't like able to consciously choose. And then the Nine of Wands, you know, we're talking again about making a push. And I think about how Jodie Foster started out as an actress and then became a director. How like she got to one part of her craft and then there was more to go. She had to like learn a different side of the skill set she had to take her work even deeper. There was more work to do. So luckily the Nine of Swords here is in reverse. And I feel like this is us kind of maybe like I was talking about with Lindsay Lohan, having compassion for why she might be a crazy little girl, right? Why she, you know, it's like I'm not excusing her behavior, but I'm saying like maybe that's what we're doing for ourselves right now is we're like, oh, you know, like I've done shitty things. I've been a hot ass mess. I've done things I regret. I've treated my friends in a way that I am sad about now. And I think instead of like letting that stuff to continue to haunt us, it's like understanding that we can like let go of the past and that part of this period of being quarantined has been about kind of making peace with the past and letting it go and becoming the new version of ourselves, which brings me back to that Nine of Wands, which is like, okay, yes, my past was difficult or rough or things happened that I regret that kind of like caused me anxiety and maybe even some depression, but I feel kind of this hope that I can have a new beginning, and especially all the transformation that's been going on that I've been talking about all month. It's like I can have this new beginning, and even if I'm not like where I wanted to where I consciously wanted to be right now. I'm still where I am. I'm still got everything I need. And I can start anew and I can put more energy forward into what I've already started, i.e., I've already started an acting career. Now I can move into being a director. That is an example per Jodie Foster. Whatever it is for you, though, I think it's like I'm letting go of my self judgment and I'm letting go of the pain that I was like attached to as a result of that self judgment. I'm forgiving myself. I really feel like with the Nine of Swords, there's like a deep forgiveness of myself and my mistakes, and not like excusing my mistakes, not saying like that wasn't fucked up, but just saying like, okay, a lot led to that moment and I can heal it, and I am healing it. I mean, that's to me the Queen of Cups, right? I'm healing all that shit. Water energy. This is double water too, so like intuitive, feeling. There's like a lot of people who say you have to feel your emotions to heal. And I think that's a little bit of what you're doing too. Maybe this is a week where you're purging, like you're crying a lot, but that crying is really positive because it's like healing you. And maybe you're not crying, but I'm just saying whatever is happening for you on an emotional, spiritual level, it feels like it's part of a deep healing and like really, because like a lot of this month too, it felt like you were or like if you were listening to these videos and you were along for the ride, it feels like you were kind of like really just afraid to come out of your cocoon or afraid to like come out of the egg and like be alive again, to be reborn. There was almost a fear of rebirth. And so I feel like Queen of Cups makes me feel like you are stepping into yourself and you are feeling your feelings, and feeling your feelings is helping you heal. And that's kind of releasing sort of all that stuff that was left that was holding you back for good, maybe. Or just at least there's a fresh start and there's like a fresh beginning of you being really much more authentically you. Really a person who's able to feel and understand themselves. Because we also started this month with the Queen of Swords with Cher, and now we're here at the Queen of Cups. So it's so interesting to me that we started with like kind of this mental clearing, this mental healing, and now we're going at the end of the month to this like deep space of like the feeling part of the healing, which is like really powerful, I think. And we got the Two of Wands in reverse. And so I feel like there's just a sense of like, you don't need to know what the plan is. You don't need to know how this is going to unfold. You don't need to like have an agenda right now about what the new beginning is. I think you just need to kind of like really live in the present moment this week. Honestly, if you did nothing at all this week at all, you did nothing. Like let's imagine you did the least amount you've done the whole year. That's okay, because healing is also this process that like happens like organically. Like if you think about the I'm not making a comment about coronavirus being a good thing. I'm just saying we see our planet healing from everyone being quarantined. That's something that no one had to do. It was almost something people had to not do. People had to not do things for the planet to heal. And I think that's really confusing for us as humans because we're all trained with this like active energy, like active do to do things, to make things happen. But really with the Queen of Cups, this inward yin energy of like doing nothing heals. And I don't think it feels paradoxical and it feels wrong, but I think that's kind of what it is. It's like doing less helps more to unfold, and those answers will come when they're necessary. So, I mean, that's my reading for this week. And I love you, and you've done great. You've really come a long ass way to deep places. And I'll see you again next week. All right. Bye.